The same Kansas City house that cost $87,500 in 1998 now sells for $285,000. But here's what nobody tells you. The cheaper house might actually cost you more. Hey guys, it's Kelsea with Keller Williams, Kansas City North. I've analyzed 27 years of housing data and found a shocking pattern that changes everything about how you should buy in today's market. Most buyers miss the $30,000 hidden cost that can completely erase your equity gains. And to understand why, we need to start with what that $87,500 really got you back then. Today, I'll show you what that money bought, what's changed since, and how to spot the hidden cost that could drain your wallet if you're not careful. Let's get started. Here's something about Kansas City real estate that will really blow your mind. I looked at 27 years of housing data, and what I found shows an opportunity most buyers miss when comparing old and new homes. It's more than just the jump in values over the years. There's a story here that changes how you should look at buying your next home. And you might be surprised to learn what type of home could actually cost you less over time. Home prices in Kansas City went from about $87,500 in 1998 to around $285,000 in 2025. That's a 225% increase over 27 years. This means prices went up by about 4.5% each year, which is steady growth compared to many big cities. And you won't believe how these price gains stack up once we add in hidden utility costs. I've seen 1998 homes drain an extra $30,000 from owners in just 10 years compared to newer builds. That extra spending can erase the equity gains people count on, and I'll show you exactly how it happens in a second. According to the Federal Housing Finance Agency, the house price index for Kansas City has more than tripled since 1998. To put it into perspective, if you put $100,000 into Kansas City real estate back then, it would be worth around $325,000 today. In 2025, most home prices in Kansas City range from about $250,000 to $320,000, with the average around $285,000. This is still lower than many other cities while giving you all the benefits of a metro area. Hey, if this is helpful, hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss our weekly Kansas City market updates. I cover all you need to know. This includes the best neighborhoods, price trends, and tips to save you thousands on your next home. My subscribers always get the best info first, including off-market listings you won't find on the big websites. So if your parents bought a home in a neighborhood back in '98 for around $85,000, that same home today would sell for close to $280,000. This isn't just inflation, it's real appreciation. The growth has been steady, avoiding the wild price swings we've seen in coastal markets. What's even more impressive is how Kansas City has stayed affordable while growing this much. We haven't had the boom and bust cycles that hurt other markets. Our growth has been based on solid reasons, not speculation. But here's where it gets interesting. Price is just the start. Wait until you see what you get for that money. Kansas City today is a completely different city than it was in 1998, and I'm about to show you the changes that have transformed how we live here. Kansas City today is a different city than it was in 1998, and I can prove it. If you think that this is just about old versus new houses, you're missing the real story. Most buyers don't realize that Kansas City has completely transformed its infrastructure over the past decade. These big projects have changed how people live here and have raised home values. These upgrades aren't just about making life easier, they're creating chances to build wealth in certain parts of the city. Smart investors are already taking advantage of this, and I'm about to show you exactly where these value jumps are happening. The biggest changes are in transportation. KCI Airport had a $1.5 billion upgrade with a new terminal opening in February of 2023. This replaced the old terminals from 1972. Now it has 40 gates, glass boarding bridges, and modern features that have won national awards. And these major infrastructure investments will play a crucial role when we discuss which neighborhoods, established or new construction, are positioned for the strongest appreciation in the coming years. The KC streetcar system has also changed the way people get around. The downtown starter line opened in 2016. The Main Street extension will add 3.5 miles and 16 stops when it opens this fall. This new part will connect downtown to UMKC, the Plaza, Midtown, and Westport. Construction on the Riverfront extension started this past March. These transit upgrades include 36,000 feet of new track, 8 new streetcars, and transit-only lanes. This will make it easier for people to move around the city. When I started selling real estate here, no one thought about living downtown. Now people pay higher prices to live near the streetcar because of the convenience. The biggest change isn't just the transportation, it's what's happened to the housing because of the transportation. The downtown growth has created a new housing market that didn't exist in 1998, and that brings us to the direct comparison between what you get in an older home versus new construction today. Here's what $280,000 gets you in an established neighborhood versus new construction. The differences might surprise you. Let me walk you through what buyers see when they compare these options. A typical 1998 home in an established neighborhood is between 1,300 and 2,200 square feet. These homes often have formal dining rooms, closed-off layouts, and older appliances. They have solid foundations, mature trees, and a character you don't find in new homes, but their energy use matches 1990s standards with old windows, insulation, and heating systems. When we talk about the total cost of ownership later, you'll see how these energy differences can add up to tens of thousands of dollars over your mortgage. This can make a big difference in which type of home gives you a better long-term value. Let's compare that to 2025 new homes in growing areas. These homes are usually 2,000 to 2,400 square feet, give or take, for about the same price. They have open layouts, smart home wiring, and energy-efficient appliances. They have a new energy code that has been recently implemented here and follow modern building codes and and use better materials that come with warranties. The energy savings with new homes are real. New builds have better windows, more insulation, and efficient heating systems. This can save you money on your bills every month, and over time, these savings add up. Neighborhoods are different too. Older areas have mature trees, sidewalks, and stable communities. You know what you're getting because these areas have been around for a long time. New neighborhoods offer planned parks, new roads, and services run by homeowners associations, or HOAs. But you're trusting the developer to finish the area and hope it grows as promised. Now, here's something most buyers don't think about. The real difference isn't what you see, it's what you don't see, and that affects your wallet every month. Let's look at what this means for your long-term wealth building with each option. Here's what will decide if you'll build wealth or just pay bills for the next 30 years. We need to look past your monthly payment to see the full cost of owning a home and how much it can grow in value over time. Home value growth is different in older areas versus new builds. Older areas have a proven history and limited homes for sale. When you buy there, you can look at 27 years of steady price growth. New builds, though, depend on how the area develops, which brings more unknowns and instability, potentially. And you'll want to keep this in mind when we talk about the 2025 market conditions coming up. Taking care of a home is also different. A 1998 home has parts that are getting old. The roof, HVAC, and appliances will need to be replaced soon. You can plan for these costs since you know they're coming up. Conversely, a 2025 home has new systems and a home warranty, but we don't know how well new materials will hold up long term. The good news is you'll have a few years before you start needing big repairs. The Kansas City market looks good either way. The National Association of Realtors lists Kelsea as a top market for 2025. Homes are selling in about 19 days with steady price growth. Big investments like the new airport, streetcar lines, and downtown growth help home values in all areas. These projects add value whether you buy old or new. The cost of a home is more than the price that you pay. Newer homes save money on energy bills over time, while older homes often have lower HOA fees and taxes at first, which can help. I've watched homes that I've sold years ago, and the pattern is interesting. It's not what most people expect. Both old and new homes have gone up in value. The key is picking the right home for your situation. The winner might surprise you. Kansas City's steady growth and new projects make both choices strong. Your needs will decide which one is better for you. Now, let's look at what's happening in the 2025 market so you can see the full picture. So what's happening in Kansas City's housing market right now? The market's balanced with a small edge for sellers, and that edge is diminishing day by day. This opens chances for buyers and sellers that we didn't see during the crazy market over the last few years and during COVID. Inventory has gone up by about 15 to 20% over the past year. This gives buyers more choices while keeping home prices growing at a steady pace. The market is healthy with moderate price increases and more homes for sale. This could help keep prices from rising too fast later in 2025. Home prices are expected to keep growing in 2025. And Kelsea will stay affordable when compared to other big cities. Since COVID, prices in the Kansas City area have gone up a lot, but not as fast as in many other places. Big projects continue to make the city more attractive. The Improve I-70 Kelsea project will add lanes, replace bridges, and make it safer for people walking, and that's a busy highway. The Main Street streetcar extension will open in the fall of 2025, helping people travel between important parts of the city. This past April, voters approved a $474 million school bond. This will pay for key improvements to schools and education across the city. And the city's Vision Zero plan is working on 300 projects to reduce traffic deaths and injuries by 2030. These projects include fixing streets, adding new traffic lights, and making it safer for people to walk. Downtown Kansas City has grown fast. The population went from about 10,000 people in 2000 to over 27,000 in 2021. That's a 150% increase, and the city wants to reach 40,000 downtown residents by 2030. At this rate, we'll likely hit that goal early. More projects are coming too, like the Berkeley Riverfront Village and the West Bottoms mixed-use area. There will also be more downtown housing, adding thousands of new houses to meet the demand. With all these factors in mind, let's get to my bottom line recommendation on which type of house builds more wealth and delivers better value in today's Kelsea market. You know what's interesting about this 1998 versus 2025 house comparison? One choice isn't better for everyone. It depends on your situation. Older homes with big trees might save you on HOA fees, but they could cost you 30 grand more in energy bills over the next 10 years. New homes with good energy savings and warranties can be great and a great deal, especially if you're near new streetcar lines. What matters most is knowing the full picture. And if you're trying to figure out which home is best for you, I'd love to help. Email me at kelsey@lakewoodhomesandland.com. I'll reply with some thoughts based on your needs. The Kansas City market moves fast, and having someone who knows both older neighborhoods and new builds can help you make the right decision. Whether you want a home with character or one that's energy efficient, reach out. Let's talk about what might work best for you before you make this big decision. If you want to know what life is really like across Kansas City right now, click the video on your screen. I break down the 5 most popular neighborhoods and compare what it really costs to live there. You'll see which areas give you the most for your money in today's market. It's the perfect next step if you're trying to decide where to live in Kelsea. Click now, and I'll see you there.